Fourthly, avoiding oppression. Avoiding oppression. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Inna dhulma dhulumatin yawm al-qiyamah." Verily, oppression will be a source of multiple darkness. Darkness upon darkness on yawm al-qiyamah. And you know, if you read the Quran, that among the qualities of the believers, that nuruhum yas'a bayna aydihim wa an aymanihim, that those who believe, their light will illuminate before them and on their right. So the only way a person can actually go over the sirat and can manage on Yawm al-Qiyamah and the calamities which will happen would be light. It will be light. Without the light, like the munafiqeen, they will be left in pitch black. They will not be able to see, they will not be able to follow the believers, they will not be able to make it to paradise because they have been deprived of light. And so if dhulm is dhulumat yawm al-qiyamah, not one darkness, it's plural. Dhulma is one darkness. Dhulumat, some say darknesses, but last time I checked in the dictionary, there's no such word. There's no such word as darknesses. It remains to be singular either way. But it's multiple darkness. Many. So we cannot afford an oppression. How many husbands oppress their wives today, or vice versa? It's a very common phenomenon among the Muslims, and having received emails from both husbands and wives, if you read the contents of these emails, you would not believe. I sometimes don't believe what I'm reading. What's going on? What kind of relationship is this? A man who doesn't pray, and he doesn't fear Allah in his home, and he's doing all kinds of things to his wife, beating her up every day, beating up the children, fighting with the neighbors. A'udhu billah, it's like a shaitan. This is how it deals, and the wife suffers, and the children suffer, and everybody suffers. And it's not like this is something that, like a tantrum which he has every now and then. No, this is his standard conduct. He is like this on daily basis. Even on the day of Eid, and any day where there's supposed to be a joyful occasion, and take it easy on the family. No, it's all the same. Now, this is major oppression. What kind of marriage is this? This person has to deal with a lot. You see, the dhulm between one person and Allah, this one is actually easier to manage than the dhulm between you and the creatures. Because if one of us wrongs himself, then this falls under the maghfirah of Allah Azza wa Jal. And the tawbah, if we do tawbah, it's erased. Or even if we don't do tawbah, we may die wal-iyadhu billah in this state and be resurrected with this dhulm against ourselves, and Allah may forgive that person Yawm al-Qiyamah. No one has any say. But the rights of the people will never go away. The rights of the people have to be paid back on Yawm al-Qiyamah. It doesn't fall under the maghfirah. So people will have to do qisas, retribution. So what you took from someone, then they will take it back from you on Yawm al-Qiyamah. However, the currency is different. Now you may steal 100 riyals from someone and get away with it. And if they were to catch you, you would have to pay him back. How much? You stole 100 riyals. You get caught. Says, give me the money back. How much you have to pay? 100. You give him 150, that's riba. 100. Which is fine. That's what you got. But on Yawm al-Qiyamah, what will that person take from you? Hasanat. Hey, you've been working all this time, fasting in Ramadan and praying at night and doing all this, and you're collecting these hasanat, which we don't know which one of which were accepted by Allah. No one gets a receipt that says, congratulations on this last salah. The angels have written it as an acceptable salah. No one knows. You pray and hope that Allah will accept. You're keeping it real. Cannot say that no one can say that my salah has been accepted. If Ibn Umar himself, radiallahu anhu, said, if I knew that Allah only accepted 2 rak'at from me, I would have depended on them. Because Allah says, إِنَّمَا يَتَقَبَّلُ اللَّهُ مِنَ الْمُتَّقِينَ. Innama is a term of exclusivity, meaning verily Allah only accepts the deeds of the righteous people. So he said, if Allah accepted 2 rak'at, that means I'm from the muttaqeen. If I'm from the muttaqeen, I have nothing to worry about. But Ibn Umar couldn't say that. So what are we going to say? So the person will take away from the good deeds. طيب. You had in your bank account of the akhirah, you had 1,000,000 good deeds. And you've wronged so many people. And they continue to take from your good deeds until you ran out. Does it end there? No. In the hadith in Bukhari, in Muslim, the hadith of Abu Huraira about the muflis, the bankrupt from the ummah, it mentions that after this person runs out of good deeds and he still hasn't paid back the people their rights, then the people will take from their bad deeds will be taken from them and they will be placed on him or her, and then he will be thrown into the fire. Yani he didn't commit these sins. He did not commit these sins. He ran out of good deeds and he still hasn't paid people their rights. Their bad deeds will be taken away from them and he will have to carry the burden, then he will wind up in the hellfire. So this is the nature of dhulm, which we may be taken lightly and we think, Wallah, this is a big deal. This requires 10 lectures for the husband and wife to understand what dhulm means and how they could be doing dhulm against each other. And Allah Azza wa Jalla says in the Hadith Qudsi that يَا عِبَادِي إِنِّي حَرَّمْتُ الظُّلْمَ عَلَى نَفْسِي وَجَعَلْتُهُ بَيْنَكُمْ مُحَرَّمًا فَلَا تَظَالَمُوا. O my slaves, I have made dhulm forbidden upon myself. If Allah willed, He could have not. If Allah wanted to oppress the creation, can anyone stop Allah? If Allah willed to throw someone in the hellfire even though they committed no sin, can anyone object to that? No one can object. No one has the authority. What authority do you have? But it's the mercy of Allah that He made that haram upon Himself, subhanah. He would never oppress anyone, not even mithqalu dharra, not even the weight of an atom, of a grain, never. Everything is with adl and justice. And because of that, Allah said, and I've made it forbidden amongst you, so do not oppress one another. So I advise the brothers and the sisters to fear Allah and to avoid all kinds of oppression. Understand the rights of each other and give the rights to the best of your abilities. And we're not saying there will be no shortcomings. The husband will have shortcomings, the wife will have shortcomings, which we will rectify. When we are wrong, we admit that we are wrong. But to be living the life of oppressing one another is unacceptable.